Hey there, do you want to know the real reason why you are not where you want to be? Hey, Cici Cheney here, and I have got to tell you, I just finished listening to a podcast and then doing the homework associated with the podcast, and it was a really powerful exercise and a really powerful lesson that she shared. And I thought, you and I could talk about it because I know that the world is a little crazy right now. I know that there's a lot of things going on. But at the end of the day, we are still humans that have goals and dreams and desires in life. And whatever's going on externally, we can still be striving to reach those things. But a lot of the time, there are things that get in the way of us doing that. And so as I was listening to this podcast, I was actually listening to Manifestation Babe. It was a podcast that she had, and the title is the exact same, The Real Reason Why You're Not Where You Want to Be. And it's so funny because I was randomly on YouTube. I'd sort of done my miracle morning and I was like, you know what, I want to do something else. What am I going to do for my personal development this morning? And it popped up and it was like divine timing. I should totally do this. So she kind of shares that she had this desire to be financially abundant, right? So in 2016, she'd made $8,000 over the entire year. And the following year, she'd actually made, I think she said like $600,000 that next year. And she said a huge part of that was because she identified this issue that was causing her to play smaller, right? And so I thought, oh, okay, this is going to be interesting. So before I dig into what's stopping you, I want you to kind of, in your mind's eye, just kind of decide what is that thing that you actually want, right? I mean, first we always have to name it, right? So what's the thing that you actually want, right? Maybe you're somebody who wants to be in a healthy relationship, right? Maybe you're somebody that wants a healthy body. Maybe you're somebody that wants to be financially abundant or financially independent. Maybe you're somebody who wants to go back to school and get a degree. Like, what is that thing that you really want that you have, for some reason, felt held back? For some reason, you felt like you've not been able to do it, right? So what is that thing for you? That's the first step. So once you kind of know in your mind's eye, this is what I really want, what is it that you think is blocking you? What do you think is getting in the way? So as she was talking, I was thinking about, okay, what are some of the goals that I want that I haven't quite been able to break free or break through, And I was thinking, okay, well, why? What's the issue? Is it that I need more training? Is it that I need more support? Is it that I need more this, that, or the other? And it's really none of those things, right? Some of those things were excuses, but they weren't what was really behind them. So let's dig in then here to what she says is the real reason that we are not where we want to be. So, and I'm going to read you guys right off of my notes because these are not my words. This is somebody else's training. But she said that there is a story around where you currently are that is benefiting you, which is crazy, right? Because if you're not where you want to be, how could there be a benefit? Like, what's the benefit of staying broke? What's the benefit of staying unhealthy? What's the benefit of staying single when you want to be in a loving relationship? Like, I think for a lot of us, we will hear that and we'll be like, that makes no sense to me. I don't agree, right? But she started kind of digging a little bit deeper around this, and she basically said that your current situation is actually benefiting you more than achieving your goals, because in a lot of ways we get comfortable in our discomfort, right? Which sounds strange, right? But I have a mentor who talks about this all the time, and he says, look, the reality is that sometimes it's more comfortable just doing what you've been doing, even if it's not the best situation. Even if you're miserable, that situation, but the next thing could be scary. Trying something new, going out there and failing, being judged, all of those things are scary, right? And so on the podcast, she starts talking about our ego, and our ego is that part of ourselves that's always trying to protect us. It's always trying to make sure that we're safe, right? Making sure that we are not uncomfortable and that we're not in danger. And this is the part of our minds that really holds us back oftentimes in life. And so she was saying that our dreams and our goals are by nature uncomfortable. They're by nature something that is outside of what we're used to, right? And our ego wants to then prevent us from having bad feelings, wants us to prevent us from having rejection, wants to prevent us from things that would make us uncomfortable, right? And so your ego then implants in your mind false benefits, right? Reasons why you should stay small, reasons why you shouldn't go after that dream, reasons why you might start but you quit, right? So we start telling ourselves these stories, and that's the real reason why you haven't been able to achieve what is it you want. So she was sharing, I told you at the beginning of this that she was at first, 1 year she was making $6,000 or $8,000 a year. The very next year she made $600,000 a year. And when she kind of went through an exercise to uncover what these stories were for her, she recognized that one of her biggest fears was actually taxes. She was really afraid that if she made more money, that she would end up losing a bunch of money to her taxes. So she was doing things to keep herself small and keep herself from making a lot of money, right? She was also afraid of having to be financially independent. She was really dependent on her parents still for certain things, and she was really comfortable with that situation. And as I was doing this exercise today, which was very enlightening, actually let me show you, I'm not gonna dig into my answers, that's a little personal here, but I literally have 2 pages worth of excuses, right? 3 pages worth of benefits and stories I was telling myself about why I couldn't have what it was that I wanted, right? And I'm getting these light bulb moments of, oh my gosh, my ego is trying to protect me from things that are ridiculous, right? Like things that should not matter. But I saw very quickly that this was a reality and something that was holding me back. So in the podcast, she shared several questions that you can kind of go through to, one, identify what these false beliefs are, and then to kind of decide what the reality is. And if you're somebody who thinks that, you want to get rid of these stories so that you can actually achieve whatever that dream is, shoot me a message and I'll send you over the journal prompt so that you can do the same exercise. We can even talk about it if you want, because I just finished it this morning. But if you'd like that, shoot me a message. I'll send it your way. Otherwise, let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll talk with you soon. Ciao.